all over the world. In the eternal battle for existence, species have only one thing on their minds: continue the existence by cementing their own bloodline. But when survival instinct kindled grudge mentality in the minds of every living beings, then your fighting spirit will decide whether you live or you will die. There are no rules. This is the battle for existence. Lions, Africa's ultimate warriors. But when they turn on each other, it's a clash of the titans. Young adult brothers prowl the savannah. They want to establish a bloodline of their own. Plan? Simple. Take another lion's pride by force, but the king is here to take up the fight. He is on the enemy and straight into the battle. Their first strategy would prevent him using his weapons against them, attack from both ends and pin him to the ground. Their power is concentrated in their stronger front limbs. 60% of their body ratio is raw muscles. 18 1.5-inch claws hook into his hide, preventing escape. Their furious bite can deliver the pressure of 1,000 pounds per square inch. Their front canines are perfectly spaced, so they can slip between the cervical vertebra and can sever a spinal cord. Gap between the canines, there are close-fitted scissor-like carnassial teeth that could cut deep into the forelimb, exposing raw bones. The kings lying helplessly. The brothers only win in a definitive move, dangerously close to the crown jewels. Their only hope to destroy the king's genitalia and unguarded parts, so that the old king cannot preserve his own bloodline. The king's wound is already fatal. They lacerated his flanks and roams. The king is left to live, but he is lame and helpless. His time as a pride leader is over. The old king is left to lick his wounds in private. He lost his kingdom. The brothers have seized the keys to the kingdom, and now they can be the father of the next batch of savannah fighters. Cheetah, the fastest terrestrial animal in the world. They cover the ground at over 60 miles per hour. They overtake their prey and strangle them to death with their vice-like jaws. But when food is at stake, they can be cannibals. A bad-ear fox is an ideal target for these lightweight feline fighters. Foxes are also faster, but they cannot outrun the Speed King. So now there's only one option left to do for these males, is to fight until death. The vicious feline jabs the fox's windpipe. The cheetah's strategy is simple. He wants to manage his prey with his fatal deadlock. It's a fight to finish for the Speed King. Now the game is on to finish or be finished. The bad-ear fox draws the big cat blood with his half-inch canine. Bad-ear fox are expert hunters and scavengers. But for now, the hunter becomes the hunted. They both fight for their lives. The fox is playing with death. And after a fatal dead game, the vicious feline wins his meal. and left to his home. In a never-ending battle for survival, who live and who will die, it's never clear-cut. The skies of North Africa is ruled by one of the deadliest airborne assassins, the sparrowhawk. They found throughout the temperature and subtropical parts of the old world. Males are 50% smaller than females, and these ruthless assassins specialize in catching woodland birds twice their size. This desperate dad is on a mission to find food for his kids. And today, a brave black cuckoo is on the list. But this prey is a hard nut to crack. Hawks have rigid tendons in their talons, and their grip is stronger than any other predator birds. They normally use this powerful tactic for takedown prey. The ruthless predator snatches and tears the cuckoo's wing feathers. They both are playing with death. The sparrowhawk's tactics are simple. Get on top of your enemy and pin down its wings. The cuckoo changed its tactics. He turned its wings in weapons and gave serious blows to his enemy. In open ground, they both use their full range of motion. The cuckoo's survival instinct breaks out. He is exhausted and badly injured. He uses his last reserve of strength and can escape from the grip of death. The victorious black cuckoo turned with his life. The leopard, one of the Africa's elusive big cats. They have been known to kill animals more than twice their size. And with their extraordinary muscular limbs, they easily drag prey up in the branches of any trees. This particular female leopard guards wholly her territory from predators and also for avoid discovery. Today she is with her cubs. Suddenly, a male leopard approaches to the three of them. This is a dangerous situation for the cubs. He looks familiar, her younger brother. But in this case, family ties count for nothing. She backtracks and a standoff begins. But it's not enough. She launches a furious attack on her own brother. They are 2-inch canines that are designed for climbing trees. Now they are deadly weapons in a civil war. The brother fires back, but these sprint animals cannot get enough oxygen during hard fight, so after a timeout, they begin their battle. But suddenly, a third leopard approaches, and she is closely related with two of them, their mother. When sibling fury is out of control, then only the parents can handle the mayhem. Now she needs to close this down. A dominant sub and peace is restored. Africa. Here, fight for life is brutal and relentless. And in this blood-stained battleground, two gladiators stand out for the competition. In one corner, weighing in around 12,000 pounds, a milk bull elephant is the undefeated champion of the savannah with a strength to destroy anything. And in the other corner, weighing in around 1300 pounds, the African Cape buffaloes are the ultimate fighting machines of the grasslands. They even give lions a very wide berth. And when these two colossals turn against each other, the fight almost inevitable. This injured bull lost his energy by the scorching heat of 80 degrees. But suddenly a male elephant emerges from the bushes. He is immersed, his temporal gland discharging liquid that swells behind the eyes. It swells when his testosterone level rockets by 50 times. The gland gets pressure behind the elephant's eye. Bulls immersed can attack other animals, and he chooses the buffalo for his victim. The buffalo gets a little chance to get escape from the serious stabs from the elephant. The raging bull tries to fend the buffalo off with his massive trunk, which can easily lift over 600-pound load. It's a cruel dilemma. He damages the buffalo's unguarded parts with his 9-foot tusks. His wound is already fatal, and the bull is seriously injured. The rampaging bull moves away, and the buffalo's life lasted barely in an hour. The African plains are the playground for predators, but for the herbivores, danger can come from anywhere. Africa, home to many kinds of antelope species. Most of them prefer safety in numbers, and one of the rare species is the kudu. They split into subspecies, the lesser and greater kudu. They mostly found in the western parts of Africa. They stayed in bachelor groups up to 16 to 20 strong, and every groups are ruled by powerful dominant males. Males are most likely to be solitary. Ground is precious for any dominant male. They use warning calls to keep away bachelor bulls. But if they disregard the warning,
then fights could be serious.
it is the end of the rainy season, kudu's mating time, and this dominant bull attracted by cow's call, and he wants to check out the action. But he is not the only one who responds. An outsider young challenger also attracted, and he wants the crown of the old bull. They come face to face. After a couple of minutes for psychological warfare, it's time to get physical. 600 pounds of bone and muscle slams into each other. An uppercut to the exposed flank could be fatal. They aim their rigid horns to lock their opponent off balance and then gore them. Their horns can grow over 4.5 feet length. The dominant fighter has strength on his side, and his younger rival has youth, and he fires back. The pair squares off, bracing for the next attack. The youngster want to make off balance the older rivals. They twist their heads by locking their sword-shaped horns. It's a deadlock. The twists are not the only one who's watching the battle. A deadly feline also watching the action. It's an ambush. Focuses on the rat. They cannot realize the hunter's approach. The lioness kills her victim with a fatal deadlock. The youngster's windpipe is crushed. Now he becomes the nutrition source for Africa's apex predator. The dominant bull returns his herd. It's a triple victory. He survived the fight. The lion attacked and still the head of his herd.